Greetings, Mr. President. I contacted you last year concerning the future of the prophetic vision that I received that God allowed me to give regarding the Mayan calendar, December 21st, 2012, how it relates to the world and your presidency. This is Daniel of the Bible. Incarnate Angel. I'm glad to be communicating with you today, Mr. President, regarding these interesting times that we are in and the two future scenarios. And I'm glad that you have a couple moments of your time to take out from running your country to watch this video, because it's a very important message. So it's time to consider not just what the future holds, but how we can change it. Now, I know that you read my last email made last year, sometime in summer of last year, because your face came into my consciousness as you watched my video, in particular when I stated a terrifying descending presence when I was referring to God in my future vision. Your face was permanently etched into my consciousness, and I don't need a webcam to tell that. So that's what you get for being an angel, huh? Anyways, to refresh your memory, God is actually giving the world a choice, not just one timeline here. A choice, and we still have that choice. It's now April 12th, 2012. Now we're at a juncture, and what we do from now until September, October is going to be critical. We're not in the danger zone yet, but we still have a choice. Now we have scenario number one, where I was physically transported into the future, August 3rd, year 2000. I got to see what all the Mayan calendar people are trying to figure out. It was Judgment Day, Ascension of the Earth. That is the timeline that we wish that we all want. We want the salvation of the entire planet. That's what God wants. However, world leaders are actually being given a choice right now, and you're the top number one dog here, the head honcho. So that's why I'm contacting you in particular, and because I'm American and I love America. The other scenario is the one you've probably heard of, a more frightening scenario. It was the Seven Seals, Wrath of God scenario. That's essentially World War, 200 million manned army from the kings of the East, which is China. That's a vision John of Patmos saw 2,000 years ago concerning our time. It was actually meant for their time, but it is also portions of it were meant for our time too. And I've actually had visions of this scenario where I'm on a military base with nuclear detonations going off. And that's a scenario which I truly hope we can not get involved in. Now, to let you know, to refresh your memory, I passed judgment more than 2 years in advance on the nation of Iraq. I stated Bush would invade Iraq long before 9/11 and all this talk of weapons of mass destruction. I knew it all in advance, and I made it public. So any of your people on your staff who thinks this is like just delusional, think again. It's probably the most important story you'll ever come across in history. And it's being fulfilled right now. It's April. We have 8 months left until this December 21st Mayan calendar date. One thing that God and I are concerned about, given your free will choices as leaders of this country and the world, is military intervention in Iran. Now, Iran and Iraq are symbolically stated as being Babylon in the book of Revelation. Babylon has fallen. Well, Iraq has fallen. Iran seems to be next. It's on the agenda. We're given plenty of warnings about Iran. Now, if we engage, I realize the responsibility of leading the world's most powerful military, but if we take military intervention in Iran, excuse me, we're going to have a very difficult situation on our hands, which is the World War III Wrath of God scenario. for a future scenario. That's called another related to a vision called Starburst 2020, which happens to be a mass die-off of the world's population, 90%, after 2020 AD. We will have failed to make the ascension of all the people on planet Earth. And we are given the choice now between those two scenarios. By September, October, it will be set in stone. That's around election time. And America and the world we're going to be in a state of panic about this impending date of December 21st, 2012. It's going to seem like the end of the world to a lot of people. If you think it's bad now, the way people think are depressed about this and anxious, wait until September, October. That's when it really kicks in. And that's when I'm going to be more active, by the way. I'm just obscure right now, but I have a future scenario with Britney Spears, which is unrelated to you. But here I am, Daniel reincarnate, prophesizing again, all over again, 2,500 years later, and I'm not even 41 years old yet. Imagine that. And I'll never become a popular celebrity because I don't have a perfect past. And so that sort of leaves me out of the loop. However, I will be keeping in contact with you, and just to say, you know, for the record, that this time it's real. It really is the end of the world. It's the end times are playing out right now as we speak. It's not a false alarm this time. It's as real as it can be. And with 2 billion searches on 2012 every month, I think you should take it seriously as well. And I know you do, Mr. President, and I'm glad that you're listening to me speak. Just an obscure prophet living in California. For some reason, we're I cannot even pronounce it. Never mind. I won't be a good public speaker. I'm slow of speech like Moses, right? Anyways, Mr. President, somehow our paths have crossed in this incarnation. If you told me 15 years ago I would be speaking to the President of the United States, I would have laughed at you. I would have ridiculed you. So I didn't foresee this 15 years ago. Now it's 2012, April 12th. That being said, all I can say is God bless you, and I'm glad that you at least believe in God, because I was once an atheist agnostic, believe it or not, which makes it sound very ironic that I would be claiming to be an actual angel of God. Amazing how things turn out, don't they? Godspeed. Good bless.